Hi, I'm Daniel DiGriz of Free Agent Source. It's one thing to get a new serial, a new TV show, or a relatively new kind of car, like a hybrid. But there are areas of our lives where newness is almost unheard of or even considered wrong. When someone says there's a new kind of government or family or social order, people get understandably a little cautious. These are the bedrock institutions of our culture. But what about a new kind of work? Not as in the rising tide of social media jobs or the growth of telecommuting, but what if there were an entirely new way to hold a job? That's what Free Agent Source proposes to create. FAS, as we like to call it, has wedded the best of both worlds of modern work. That is, contract work and regular employment. So what do regular employees want? Well, lots of surveys and studies have been done to answer that question, but overall, it boils down to the security of benefits, healthcare, 401k, retirement fund, and also a steady paycheck. But what do contractors want? Contractors want the freedom and flexibility of contracting, whether that's the excitement of travel for work, flexible hours, or changing projects without the fear of losing a job. They also want the lucrative tendency for their worth to go up rapidly in the market as they put projects under their belt, compared with the steady but perhaps less dramatic pay raises of regular employees. So there are benefits, but there are also drawbacks to both types of work. Employees worry about getting laid off or their job being outsourced and ending up at a temp agency or a staff agency or paying a placement firm to help them compete against the zillions of other applicants for fewer and fewer jobs. Their benefits don't follow them from job to job either, which may mean starting over every 3 to 5 years. Contractors may have to contend with spending a portion of their earnings doing paperwork or their evenings doing paperwork, bookkeeping, from accounting to 1099 contractors. They have to do expense reports, and contractors have to buy their own benefits, which is a real challenge sometimes. But what if you could combine the best of both worlds? What if you got the freedom and the flexibility of being a contractor, but the benefits of being an employee? What if you actually went one better and you got the full benefits of an employee, but those benefits followed you from job to job, contract to contract? What if you could negotiate using a standard corp-to-corp contract, skipping the staffing agencies and opening more doors and perhaps greater pay? What if the company did accounting and expense reports for you? These are ideas, these are concepts of a new way to work. Suddenly new job markets as contractors are wide open to standard employees that normally they wouldn't touch, meaning they aren't competing with just everyone that's looking for the same jobs, but they keep the security of being employees. And contractors also get to spend their days doing what they go to work to do, what they're trained for, whether that's IT or project management or whatever, and spend their evenings doing what they want to do. And that's the vision of Steve Pruneau, founder of Free Agent Source. Steve created the concept of a free agent as an employee with access to the lucrative, flexible employment world of a contractor, and a contractor with the benefits, the security, and the freedom of an employee. It's the best of both worlds, as Steve likes to say. And Steve founded his company with a small circle of colleagues on the notion that it shouldn't be as hard as it is for employees to chase security and for contractors to chase freedom, but neither party rarely actually finding it. Especially in the current economy, Steve sees an opportunity to change the definition of work for a lot of people, to revise how people think about the relationship of a worker to a company. So HR professionals, hiring managers, and project teams also benefit from Free Agent Source immensely by putting people to work in this way. If they've laid off people, they can bring them back to work without the risk of a traditional employment, but without the hassle of staffing agencies. If they need to staff up in a tentative economy with an uncertain future, they can do so with a corp-to-corp contract that protects them, gives them flexibility, but actually invites the most dedicated and talented staff. They're not temps, they're not contractors of the company, but they're employees of Free Agent Source. They're what we call free agents. This works better for everyone. Staffing agencies typically aren't transparent. They can take up to 75% of a worker's pay, and you don't even know. You don't know how much they're taking out of your paycheck. They also don't support their workers with a full benefits package that's portable between jobs. That's not how you attract the best and most devoted talent. It's bad for workers, it's bad for companies. Contractors often return to the normal workforce after a few years of carrying the taxes and their own benefits, the paperwork on their shoulders, and they lose out on the fun and the freedom that work is supposed to bring. Employees often hunt for jobs while they're working for you and then spend their time focused on keeping those jobs more than on excelling in what they're actually doing and treating it as a profession. So free agents are really the future of work. What we're providing with Free Agent Source is an entrance into something new, yes, but also into the new normalcy, the new standard of expectations for both workers and companies. Why shouldn't it be fun and free? Why should it have to be hard? Our launch in California brings with it a new webinar available in 20 minutes for free for anyone that's seeking work in California or looking to put someone to work in California. If you'd like to register for that webinar, please do so quickly because those seats are filling fast, and you can do that at freeagentsource.com/webinar. That's freeagentsource.com/webinar, or just go to Free Agent Source and you'll find us there. So this is Daniel DiGriz with Free Agent Source, and it's been a pleasure to talk with you today.